Good evening, everyone. So I'm going to discuss the Civil Services Prelims 2022 paper. So paper start करने से पहले I would like to discuss four prerequisites if one wants to clear the prelims examination. So first is you have to be thorough with your static books. For example, Lakshmikant हो गया, Spectrum हो गया. So you have to be thorough with them. You have to have read them twice, thrice, or multiple times. Second is you have to write tests, write as much as possible. I wrote SFG level 1, level 2, Vision IS test series, and Rouse IS test series. Third is you have to be thorough with the previous year's prelims papers like 12-13. So what I used to do is we dedicate 12-13 days in the month of March or April, and me and my friend, what we used to do, we used to discuss every paper on a single day, like one paper a day, and so in 12-13 days the process would be over. Now, and the fourth and the last thing is if you can go through the newspapers, current affairs magazines, just go through them. So these four things are enough according to me to clear the prelims examination. Let's start with the 2022 paper. For example, पहला क्वेश्चन है रैपिड फाइनेंसिंग इंस्ट्रूमेंट और रैपिड क्रेडिट फैसिलिटी पे. तो अभी तो सबको पता है कि ये आईएमएफ का पार्ट है, लेकिन जब ये आया था तब ये नहीं पता था लोगों को किसका पार्ट है. तो एट मैक्स व्हाट यू कैन डू इज यू कैन एलिमिनेट द टू ऑप्शंस कि लेट्स से यू कैन से कि एडीबी और यूएनएफ फाइनेंस इनिशिएटिव नहीं होगा, तो बाकी बचे ये दो ऑप्शंस. तो इन दोनों में से आप कोई भी 50-50 गेस ले सकते हो. Second question, with reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. An increase in NEER indicates the appreciation of rupee. So this is correct statement. The second statement is an increase in real effective exchange rates indicates improvement in trade competitiveness. Now this is wrong. For example, अगर NEER बढ़ता है तो फॉरेनर्स को हमारे एक्सपोर्ट प्राइसेस कम अट्रैक्टिव लगता है. तो जब नीर बढ़ेगा तो ट्रेड कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस इंप्रूव नहीं होगा, कम होगा. फॉर एग्जांपल यहाँ मैंने लिखा भी है कि when NEER decreases, foreigners will find our export prices attractive, and when NEER increases, foreigners will find our export prices less attractive. So the answer is 1 and 3 only. Third question, with reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statements. If the inflation is too high, RBI is likely to buy government securities. Wrong, because अगर inflation ज़्यादा है तो market में पैसे ज़्यादा है, तो RBI would like to suck that excess money out of the market. And how will the RBI do that? Not by buying government securities, but by selling government securities to suck out the excess money. Second statement is if the rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. Right? If the rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI would like to contain the volatility of the rupee. Right? So the answer would be 2 and 3 only. With reference to the G20 Common Framework, consider the following statements. It is an initiative endorsed by the G20 Club with the Paris Club. It is an initiative to support low-income countries with unsustainable debt. Now, अब इसमें लोगों को दोनों ऑप्शन नहीं पता हो सकता है. So what you can do at max, कि let's say second statement is very general, very generalistic statement. So you can mark this statement as correct. Now, what about the first statement? You can take a 50-50 guess कि this can be correct or this can be wrong. So next question, question 5. With reference to the Indian economy, what are the advantages of inflation index bonds? Government can reduce the coupon rates on its borrowing by the way of inflation index bonds. Correct statement. Inflation index bonds provide protection to the investors. Correct. मतलब आपका पैसा inflation beat करेगा. The interest received as well as capital gains on inflation index bonds are not taxable. So this is wrong. Interest received is taxable. Next. Question 6. With reference to the foreign-owned e-commerce firms operating in India, which of the following statements are correct? They can sell their own goods in addition to offering their platform as marketplaces. Wrong. Foreign-owned e-commerce firms को inventory type marketplace model ही होना पड़ेगा. They cannot sell their own inventory. So first statement is wrong. Second statement is correct. Question 7. Which of the following activities constitute real sector in the economy? Farmers harvesting crops, textile mills converting raw cotton into the fabrics, commercial bank lending money to a trading company, a corporate body issuing rupee denominated bonds overseas. Now, अगर आप first two statement देखो तो वहाँ कोई चीज produce हो रही है, something of value is coming out. In third and fourth, merely exchange is happening. Commercial bank lending money is merely exchange of money from one hand to another, and similarly in the bonds case. So answer would be 1 and 2 only. Which one of the following situation best reflects indirect transfers often talked about in media recently with reference to India? So what do indirect transfers means? For example, अगर आप option A पढ़ो तो an Indian company investing in a foreign enterprise and paying taxes to the foreign company on the profits arising out of its investment. So wrong. It is not indirect transfer. Indian company is investing into a foreign enterprise. Now, second, a foreign company investing in India. This is also wrong. Third, Indian company purchases tangible assets in the foreign country and sells such assets after their value increases and transfers the proceeds to India. This is also wrong. And fourth, foreign company transfers shares and such shares derive their substantial value from assets located in India. For example, ऐसा हज के केस में हुआ था कि मतलब कंपनी की सब्सटैंशियल अर्निंग्स जो थी वो इंडिया से आ रही थी बट उस उन्होंने शेयर्स ट्रांसफर कर दिए थे so they were not bound to pay any tax in India. So this is called indirect transfer. Next question 9. With reference to the expenditure made by an organization or a company, which of the following statement is correct? Acquiring new technology is capital expenditure. Correct. Debt financing is considered capital expenditure, while equity financing is considered revenue expenditure. Wrong. For example, जब कंपनी कोई पैसे बोरो करती है टू बी पेड विद इंटरेस्ट एट अ फ्यूचर डेट उसको डेट फाइनेंसिंग बोलते हैं. फॉर एग्जाम्पल तो अगर कोई भी लोन लिया है कंपनी ने तो अगर उसको देना है तो उसको कैपिटल एक्सपेंडिचर के फॉर्म में आएगा. इक्विटी फाइनेंसिंग वो होता है अगर आप शेयर बेच के पैसे रेज करो और वो नॉन डेट कैपिटल रिसीट्स में आता है. क्वेश्चन 10. With reference to the Indian economy, consider the following statement. A share of the household financial savings goes towards the government borrowings. Correct. Dated securities issued at market-related rates in auctions form the largest component of internal debt. So this statement is also correct. So answer should be 1 and 2. Now these were the economy questions. I just went through them quickly so that you can get an idea how you can quickly understand and try to process the question. Question 11. Pursuant to the report of H.N. Sanyal Committee, the Contempt of Courts Act 1971 was passed. So even if you don't know H.N. Sanyal Committee, since it is given 1971, let's assume this option is correct. The Constitution of India, now whenever this term comes, the Constitution of India, you have to be very careful. The Constitution of India empowers the Supreme Court and High Courts to punish for contempt of themselves, correct? We have an article for this in the Constitution. The Constitution of India defines, now कहीं भी Constitution of India के साथ define आ जाता है तो you have to be very careful because define आ गया मतलब you must have read that, but civil contempt or criminal contempt कहीं भी define नहीं है. So the answer would be 1, 2 and 4. Question 12. The government law officers and legal firms are recognized as advocates, but corporate lawyers and patent attorneys are excluded from recognition as advocates. So this is wrong. Bar Council have the power to lay down the rules relating to legal education and recognition of law colleges. Correct. So Bar Council के पास ये power है कि वो rules वगैरह lay down कर सकता है for law colleges. 13th, a bill amending the constitution requires the prior recommendation of the President of India. Wrong. फॉर एग्जाम्पल जब CAA बिल लाया था CAA 2019 तो उसके लिए प्रायर रिकमेंडेशन ऑफ प्रेसिडेंट नहीं चाहिए था. When a constitution amendment bill is presented to the President of India, obligatory for the President to give her assent. Correct. So answer should be B and 2 and 3 only. Question 14. The Constitution of India classifies again Constitution of India. Constitution of India में ऐसी कोई classification नहीं है. So answer should be 2 only. The second option is कि the total number of ministers in the union government shall not exceed 15% of the total number of members. Question 15. Which of the following is or are exclusive powers of Lok Sabha? To ratify the declaration of emergency, to pass a motion of no confidence against the Council of Ministers, to impeach the President of India. So जो second statement है, it is exclusive power of Lok Sabha. Rajya Sabha में you cannot impeach anyone. You cannot pass a motion of no confidence, right? Then question 16, with reference to the anti-defection law in India, consider the following statements. The law specifies that a nominated legislature cannot join any political party within 6 months of being appointed to the House. Wrong. Second, the law does not provide any time frame within which the presiding officer has to decide a defection case. Correct. Question 17. Attorney General of India and Solicitor General of India are the only officers who are allowed to participate. Wrong. According to Constitution of India, again according to Constitution of India, the Attorney General of India submits his resignation when the government which appointed him resign. So Constitution में ऐसी कोई बात नहीं कही गई है. With reference to the writs issued by the courts in India, consider the following statements. Mandamus will not lie against a private organization unless it is entrusted with public duty. So first is correct. Mandamus will not lie against a company even though it may be a government company. Correct. So this statement is wrong because मतलब अगर वो गवर्नमेंट कंपनी है तो मैंडेमस लगेगा. Third statement is कि any public-minded person can be a petitioner to move the court to obtain the writ of quo warranto. So this is correct. Question 19. With reference to the Ayushman Bharat digital mission, public and private hospitals must adopt this. This is wrong. Must नहीं लिखा हो सकता कहीं पे. You cannot compulsorily force private hospitals to adopt this. As it aims to achieve universal health coverage, every citizen of India should be part of it. Ultimately wrong. It has seamless portability across the country. Right. Question 20. With reference to the Deputy Speaker of Lok Sabha, consider the following statements. As per the rules of procedure, the conduct of business in Lok Sabha, the election of Deputy Speaker shall be held on such date as the Speaker may fix. Correct. There is a mandatory provision that election of candidate as Deputy Speaker shall be from either the principal opposition party. This is wrong. Convention है ये. This is not a mandatory provision. The Deputy Speaker has the same power as of the Speaker when presiding over the sittings of the House, and no appeal lies against his rulings. Right. So 1 and 3 only. Among the following crops, which one of the following is the most anthropogenic source of both methane and nitrous oxide? So rice. जो question 11 से 20 थे वो polity के questions थे. So they were comparatively easier than the economy section. So if you are thorough with Lakshmikant, I think you will be able to solve 7 to 8 out of them correctly. Question 22. System of rice intensification of cultivation, in which alternate wetting and drying of rice fields is practiced, results in reduced seed requirement. Correct. Methane production. Correct. Electricity consumption. Correct. Which one of the following lakes of West Africa has become dry and turned into a desert? तो अब ये तो किसी को भी नहीं पता था. तो what I would like you to do is कि just go through all the options कि ये लेक का क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है, ये लेक का क्या कैरेक्टरिस्टिक है. The answer to this question is Lake Faguebine. Gandikota Canyon of South India was created by which of the following rivers? So Pennar River is the answer. I did not know the answer to this question. Consider the following pairs. Namcha Barwa is in Garhwal Himalayas. This is wrong. Namcha Barwa is not in Garhwal Himalayas. Nanda Devi is in Kumaon Himalayas. Correct. Nokrek is not in Sikkim. It is in Meghalaya. And Namcha Barwa, I think it is in Arunachal Pradesh. The term Levant, often heard in the news, roughly corresponds to which one of the following regions? Regions along the eastern Mediterranean shores. Correct. Consider the following countries: Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. So which one of the above have borders with Afghanistan? So if you even don't remember the map of Afghanistan and its bordering countries, just take a guess कि अफगानिस्तान से अजरबैजान का तो बॉर्डर टच नहीं होता है. तो अगर आप अजरबैजान भी एलिमिनेट कर देते हो तो भी आपको पता चल जाएगा कि आंसर तजाकिस्तान, तुर्कमेनिस्तान, उज्बेकिस्तान है. ऑल्सो जब आप 5 सेंट्रल एशियन कंट्रीज का मैप याद करते हो तो KKTTU, तो कजाकिस्तान, किर्गिस्तान और अगल बगल आते हैं. कजाकिस्तान इज बिगर कंट्री एंड किर्गिस्तान इज एनवेलप्ड बाय द कजाकिस्तान. So Kyrgyzstan is not also touching the border of Afghanistan. Question 28. With reference to India, consider the following statements. Monazite is a source of rare earth. Correct. Monazite contains thorium. Correct. Monazite occurs naturally in the entire Indian coastal sands in India. So this is wrong. It occurs in Kerala and Tamil Nadu. And in India, government bodies only can process or export monazite. So this is correct. In the northern hemisphere, the longest day of the year normally occurs in the second half of the month of June. So this is 21st June. Question 30. Hokera wetland. Now Hokera wetland is, if you know, this is in Jammu and Kashmir. Renuka wetland is in Himachal Pradesh. Rudrasagar lake is in Tripura. Sasthamkota lake is in Kerala. So मैंने तो ये सब लेक्स याद करने के लिए सुदर्शन गुर्जर का वीडियोस देख लिया था. उनके मैप शायद एनवायरनमेंट के लेक्चर्स में ये था. Consider the following: Arogya Setu, Covin, DigiLocker, Diksha. Which one of the above are built on the top of open source digital platforms? So all of the above. With reference to Web 3.0, consider the following statements. Web 3.0 enables people to control their own data. Correct. There can be blockchain-based social networks. Absolutely correct. And operated by users collectively rather than a cooperation. This is also correct. With reference to software as a service, consider the following statement. SaaS buyers can customize the user interface and can change data fields. Right. SaaS users can access their data through their own mobile devices. Correct. Outlook, Hotmail and Yahoo Mail are form of software as a service. Correct. हम लोग email का theme change कर सकते हैं, fonts change कर सकते हैं. We can customize according to our needs. Question 34. Which one of the following statement best reflects the idea behind the fractional orbital bombardment system? A hypersonic missile is launched into the space to counter asteroid. This is wrong. This is DART. A spacecraft lands on another planet after making several orbital motions. So this is also wrong. Third statement, a missile is put into a stable orbit around the Earth and deorbits over the target on the Earth. Correct. Question 35. Which one of the following is the context in which the term qubit is used? Quantum computing. Consider the following communication technologies: CCTV, RFID, WLAN. Short range कौन से हैं? सारे short range हैं. Consider the following statements. Biofilms can form on medical implants within human tissues. Correct. Biofilms can form on food and food processing surfaces. Correct. Biofilms can exhibit antibiotic resistance. So this is also correct. So for example, with these science-based scientific innovations, so there are multiple applications which can be possible. Question 38. Consider the following statements in respect of probiotics. Probiotics are made of both bacteria and yeast. Correct. The organisms in probiotics are found in food we ingest, but they do not naturally occur in our gut. So this is wrong. In our stomach also, there are probiotic bacteria, and probiotic helps in the digestion of milk sugars. Correct. So 1 and 3 only. Question 39. In the context of vaccines manufactured to prevent COVID-19 pandemic, consider the following statements. The Serum Institute of India produced COVID-19 vaccine named Covishield using mRNA platform. So this is wrong. Covishield was basically based on viral vector method. Sputnik 5 is manufactured using vector-based platform. So this is correct. Covaxin inactivated pathogen-based vaccine. This is also correct. So exam के time पे I didn't knew this, and this was a hot topic in that year. Question 40. If a major solar system solar flare reaches the Earth, which of the following are possible effects on the Earth? GPS and navigation system could fail. Correct. Tsunamis could occur at equatorial regions. So this is wrong. Power grids could be damaged. Correct. Intense auroras could occur. Correct. Forest fires could take place much over the planet. So this is also highly unlikely. Orbits of the satellites could be disturbed. Correct. Because tsunamis or forest fire are too far-fetched from solar flares. Question 41. Climate action tracker. Now, this was also a very tricky question. You would think कि some international intergovernmental organization करता होगा, but this is a database created by a coalition of research organizations. Climate Group is an international non-profit organization that drives climate action by building large networks and runs them. So let's assume this option is correct. Now, International Energy Agency is in partnership with Climate Group launched a global initiative EP100. Let's say कि ये तो बहुत factual question है, factual option है, sorry. And third, EP100 brings together leading companies, so this option is correct. Some Indian companies are also members. 3 and 4 हमको पता है कि ये पक्का correct है. So let's say कि 3 and 4 किस option में है. So only in option B and D there are 3 and 4. So you can take 50-50 guess between option B and D. If rainforest and tropical forest are the lungs of the earth, then surely wetland function as its kidneys. So this was also a very tricky question. UPSC gave the answer D, but I'm still not sure the logic behind this option. In the context of WHO air quality guidelines, consider the following statements. 24-hour mean of PM 2.5 should not exceed 15 microgram per meter cube, and annual mean of PM 2.5 should not exceed 5 microgram per meter cube. So one cannot obviously be aware of this statement, but let's say कि PM10 can penetrate the lung barrier, so this is wrong. So we can eliminate option 3 at least, and between B and D one can take a guess. Question 45, with reference to Gucci, sometimes mentioned in the news, consider the following statements. It is a fungus, correct. It is grown in some Himalayan forest areas, correct. Commercially cultivated, wrong. Because it is commercially cultivated in Himalayan foothills of northeast India. I think it should be in northern India. With reference to polyethylene terephthalate, the use of which is so widespread in our daily lives, consider the following statements. Its fibers can be blended with wool and cotton fibers to reinforce their properties. Containers made of it can be used to store any alcoholic beverage. Wrong. So answer should be 1 and 3 only. Question 47. Not a bird. Golden masir is a fish. Question 48. Which of the following are nitrogen fixing plants? Alfalfa, amaranth, chicken pea, clover. So I knew about clover, so at least option 4 is correct, and option 4 is given in three options, A, C, and T. Now alpha alpha also we know, so we have to decide between option A and D. So you can take a guess between option A and D. Biorock technology, so this was about coral reefs. Miyawaki forest, so this is creation of mini forest in urban areas. So this video was just a quick overview of the 2022 paper. I have not solved this paper in detail, but I've tried to explain you the type of questions asked and how you can go through them. I hope this helped. Thank you.